Facebook is live, reg?
Okay, stand by.
Sharp.
Peter, sound check.
Testing 1, 2.
Honey.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay, stand by. And in 3, 2, 1, and go.
This is weird. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Talk Automotive. This is a special edition. Look at where we are sitting. We're sitting outside the studio.
Cheers.
We are having a beer. This is Fritz. If you haven't seen his face before, he's the guy that's always behind the scenes, and we've decided to come and join him in his sort of domain here.
What happens in the show tonight?
And now that's another thing, by the way. We're going to really make this real because normally we have earphones in our ears and Fritz whispers in our ear what to say next and some questions to ask and gives us a countdown. So we've decided we're going to make Fritz do that live.
Yeah. So we're going to give you guys a nice behind the scenes view tonight.
Okay, what's in the show this week, guys?
Okay, so tonight we're going to do the latest and breaking automotive news. We are going to check out the review of the Honda Fit that we did not too long ago. We've got a very special guest. His name is Fritz. He's sitting over there.
Yeah, then we're going to go through some of our favorite moments from the show in the last year. So we're going to have a look at, for example, some guests that really left an impact on us.
And some reviews that were quite cool.
Absolutely, we're going to have a look at
I
some
certainly
of
have a favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
And then game time tonight's a little bit different.
Yes, I'm almost going to try and bail out of this. I'm going to, on air, live, I'm going to try and squeeze myself out of this.
So we've included everybody. So you'll be glad to know and hear that I'm actually going to partake in game time tonight. Me versus Peter. And then we've also got Fritz versus Peter, and neither of us know what's coming, so we'll see.
But Michael knows.
And then, of course, we have a prize winner.
Yes, we have a prize winner for tonight. I can't remember her name now.
So Joey Evans
Yes.
wrote a book called From Para to Dakar.
That's right.
And he kindly gave us a book to donate as a prize, and we have selected our prize winner.
Funny. Let's
Yes.
go to the opening.
All right, guys, this is Let's Talk Automotive.
Stand by. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, guys. Listen, so first of all, I want to say we've had a ball of a time with Let's Talk Automotive. It's almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
So, we decided to do something completely different, sit outside here tonight and just have a lacquer chat, look back at the show, do it a little bit differently. But remember, guys, that the show is live. And we do it live so that it can be interactive. So if you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook or wherever you're watching, you can interact and ask questions and be part of the show. And just, if you think we're talking cock, you can tell us.
Maybe there's something that you remember from the show, and Fonny can maybe pull it up and we'll show you. But,
Absolutely.
100%.
Okay, so I think let's get the show started with the news of the week.
Marks is still open. And go.
All right, guys, so interesting news this week. So obviously you guys know that we are very, very big F1 fans. And over and above the F1 fans, we are very, very big Max Verstappen fans.
Which I'm surprised I'm getting a lot of flack about.
Really? But you've seen in the last couple of races, there was a lot of negativity towards Max.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I mean, just because he's knocking Lewis off the road, I mean, why are people reacting so badly?
I don't know.
It's payback.
It's payback time. We've literally got one guy working with us. That's a Hamilton fan, Michael Clark. Unfortunately, sorry about that.
I mean, is he on a 3-month probation still?
Yes, he's on probation.
Yeah, there he is over there.
So, heading into this weekend's race, it's the closest title race since 1974. What can we expect from Hamilton versus Verstappen in Abu Dhabi? Now listen, today, Peter, we were out at Geratech. We did some training and we had a bunch of guys, bunch of motorheads there, and it was so funny sitting there and listening to the guys talk. There were some very interesting theories that came out. It was very cool. So one of the theories, okay, listen to this, is if Max and Hamilton have a racing incident of the first lap around the first corner and they both go off and they can't finish the race, Max wins the championship.
Well, he does win because of
He's
the
got
fact that
more-
he's won more
That's
races
right.
this year. But let me assure you that,
The
and I'm going to say this as it is, and I know I get a couple lot of flack from some of my mates because I'm opinionated on the show. But you know who Lewis Hamilton's latest sponsor is, eh?
Who?
The FIA. So I mean, of course, Max will get disqualified and have points taken off, and you know.
Okay, but listen, heading into
Nicole
this,
Scherzinger will come back to Lewis. And
getting into this last race, we are looking forward to something very special. It's
I'm really
been
scared.
a while, eh?
I've got to be honest, I have not been this nervous since 1974, which was the last time.
You were about 23 then.
Yeah, I was in my mid-40s. And, and that was the last time that the title race was this close. So, look, I've got to say this much, though. Hasn't Formula One upped its game this year
Yes.
in terms of creating an excitement?
Agreed. Okay, so to add on to that, it's Honda's last race.
Yes.
Honda as an engine supplier to Red Bull, and I think because that's Honda's last race as well, I think we've got something up the sleeve. I really hope so.
A few horsepower.
I think so.
Okay, you're a conspiracy theorist.
How can Hamilton's car be so much quicker? Okay, so something's
Because
going to be
FIA
different.
sponsors Hamilton's. They don't check the scrutineering all that well.
Kimi Raikkonen's last race.
That's very sad for me.
It
Did
is
you,
sad.
Did you see what they said on, his,
Yes,
on the side of his car?
We'll leave you alone now. It's very interesting. So, a very, very cool race to look forward to this weekend.
Not to be missed.
Not to be missed.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to our second story. And the second story is Lincoln Co. You showed me this story last week, actually.
Yeah.
It's so flippin' interesting. And how did you actually find out about this new brand?
Well, it just shows how effective sponsoring a race series is,
Yeah.
because Lincoln Co. are now the latest championship winners of the World Touring Car Championship. So they won it. They had a team of, I think, 5 cars in this championship. And what an interesting company, because it is actually a bit of a joint venture between Geely and Volvo.
Volvo is incorporated in this, so they own 30%.
Yeah.
Volvo owns 30% of Lincoln Co., while Geely Automobile Holdings is the other 50%, and then there's another Chinese, which is the Geely guys, right?
Now, what's interesting with this is, and you might ask, and I suppose the viewers might ask, why on earth would 2 brands come together and create another sub-brand? Now, remember General Motors introduced Saturn Motors?
Yeah.
And what they did with Saturn was they used Saturn as a bit of a guinea pig to try out a whole lot of new things that they weren't prepared to try out on the established brands. So it's almost a sacrificial lamb to the slaughter. I
So if it
suppose.
fails, it's not so bad.
If it fails, it's not so bad. So the talk of the town is that the future of the motor industry, the way that manufacturers will make money, is the same way that people make money with apps. So you're going to be able to open up certain features on this vehicle that you pay for. And that's the way the motor industry is going to go.
Makes me think of a review that I was part of. And
Yeah.
there were also a lot of apps that you could download. I mean, you
Absolutely.
could download a new car. Yeah. Okay, but enough time. What does a Lincoln Co. look like?
Yeah, show us a couple of the pictures there, Fritzy.
Well, it's quite weird because it's got some strange headlights. Eh? So there's these 2 prominent headlights that are on the bonnet itself, and then the normal standard. There we go. So there's this. There we go.
So this picture, you showed me this picture. No, the next one, Fritz.
That
This,
one,
you,
yeah.
you showed me this picture, and that screams Porsche to me.
It does, hey. It really does. It's quite weird. But I've got to say that if you see it in motion, it doesn't look anything like it. It looks quite weird. So very, very interesting brand. But I mean, they've gone out there. They've won the World Touring Car Championship. So
Yeah.
kudos to them.
Interesting, and I think obviously, you know, there's a place and a market, like it's been proven over and over again, for these guys to come out and play. So let's see what
I mean,
happens.
let's see how it goes. You know, there's that old saying that you race on Sunday, you sell on Monday.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes with Lincoln Co.
Last story.
Last story this evening, it ties up to it ties up to a Toyota Crusader that we saw in the newspapers not too long ago. It was advertised for 1.1 million rand, and everybody thinks, listen, what the hell's up with these guys? So there's an auction, and some old cars were sold. So I just want to get the story in front of me quickly. Listen to this. This Alpha that you're going to see on your screen just now was sold for 1.1 million rand, and it's a 1985 Alpha GT V6. Peter, so there's probably a lot of people that will see this clip now and think, listen, I think my uncle had one of those, or my dad, or my
But
grandfather,
Peter
or
will
somebody.
definitely agree.
Did you have, did you have one of those, Peter?
I didn't have the GT V6, unfortunately, but I have had an Alpha in my life. I had an Alpha Sud.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to fetch 1.1 million, and especially not the one I had, because I think there was more fiberglass on it than actual metalwork. But nonetheless, it was an incredible car, and I can almost see the appeal, because that GT V6 was sensational. Let's face it. And even in 2021, it still looks modern.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so a couple of the other cars on this auction that fetched amazing prices. There was a Chev El Camino that fetched 915,000 rand, 1960 vehicle. Then there's a 1972 Ford Fairmont GT. I think my dad and my grandfather both had one of these back in the day. Now imagine if they kept those cars like they should have, and like sort of given it to me so that I could sell it for R1 million now.
Imagine.
Well, so Fani, I mean, you know, you can keep the cars you've got now, and hopefully in 30 years' time.
I don't think so. And then we've got one more. There was a couple of others, but there was a 1966 Ford Mustang. This is a notchback, and this fetched 825,000 rand.
And I mean,
It's amazing
South
prices, Yeah.
South African vehicles. Yeah. Amazing.
Was that picture? Did we show that picture to the guy? Oh, wasn't it there? No, crazy vehicles. It was amazing. So, yeah, what's the lesson to be learned there, Pete?
Well, I think that I suppose the car fundies, the enthusiasts, know straight away what car is going to become a classic.
Yeah.
So maybe we should throw it out to the viewers.
What's going to be a modern classic?
What's going to be a modern classic? What is going to be a classic in 30 years' time from today?
Well, I know a guy that actually bought a BMW motorcycle long ago when I also had one. I said, how many kilometers do you have on it? He said, no, only 500. I take it once a month for 2 kilometers. It's tip-top, fully kitted in his living room. Maybe I should pay him a visit, because that's what his plan is, to make it a classic.
I'll tell you something. Let's look at it this way. I mean, cars we know are predominantly going to go to some form of electric propulsion, whether it's hydrogen fuel cells or lithium-ion batteries or the like. So my personal bet would be a good V8 is going to become a classic. So whether it's an AMG or an M or an RS from Audi, I think you need to snap up a V8, because those are going to become absolute
But
legends.
if the viewers have some tips, it's a perfect opportunity to put it in the comments.
Yes.
And like and share. What's all of those?
Yeah, they
And
must
subscribe.
just go
That's it.
crazy. You
Ring
must-
the bell.
You must, if you're watching on Facebook, you must absolutely give us a couple of likes so that we can see. You can comment, you can talk to us, and share the video with your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, and even if you're watching on Facebook, go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and we've got some interesting stuff. Okay, I think that's it for the news, eh? So I think, should we show the guys the first little bit of that Honda Fit review that we did? Okay, so let's do this, guys. Let's go and look at, again, we've decided that, you know, in editing, doing a review on a car is very difficult, because, you know, we sort of had a time frame in mind that we're going to show you guys a 10-minute review of a car. But sometimes there's a lot more footage and a lot more to be said. So what we normally did is we'd cut out a lot of stuff and give you a 10-minute segment. But what we've done with the last couple of weeks, like 5 or 6 reviews, we are going to show you 10 minutes of the review in the show, but you can watch the full video and the full review on the Facebook or YouTube, wherever, later in your own time, and get all the information. Peter talks a lot of cock.
But we'll also see what our scores are and what our opinions are at the end. So
Correct.
we'll keep that as a little bit of a surprise for you to go and watch on YouTube.
Awesome. So let's look at this week's review. Hi guys, and welcome to another review with myself, Fani Skols, and Peter Viljoen. This is Let's Talk Automotive, and today, Peter, we've got the all-new Honda Jazz.
It is a Jazz overseas, isn't it? But it's called a Fit in South Africa.
I'm just pulling your leg. Yeah, it's weird. This is the new Honda Fit.
Yeah.
And we've got the 1.5 Elegance here. This is quite impressive, man.
It is. I like the look.
Yeah.
I like the clean look. It's almost
very electrical.
Yeah, I was going to say it's almost like an electric vehicle, but I think that's what Honda was going for. Is minimalistic is the word that they used on it, and they've pulled it off nicely. I mean, these headlights look like eyeballs, especially with the wraparound LED, which is very cool. Interesting for me is it's got LED headlights, and what we don't see, and this is actually the first time I've noticed it on a vehicle, also LED fog lights.
What the fog? What are you telling me?
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Yeah, no, so just by saying that this looks very electrical, this will also be available in a hybrid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm still just flabbergasted that they would change a well-established name like Jazz.
I've got a conspiracy theory behind that.
Yeah?
These are now built in Japan.
Okay.
So I think that transition from building these in India to, if they did build them in India, I know a lot of the Hondas were built in India, to built in Japan, maybe they wanted to make a clean break in a ciphering context.
I used to actually work for Honda, back in the day. I love the brand. And it's good to see the build quality and just a step up again to where we expect it to be.
And let me state this right from the outset. From the minute I clapped my eyes on this car, I was saying to Fritz, I think this is built in Japan.
Yeah.
And we then went and looked for the data plate, and sure as nuts, there it is, built in Japan. So you can see immediately the jump in quality on the vehicle. I think it's about time, because Honda was always known for its quality, and I think it's taken a bit of a hiding in terms of sales because of perhaps lower quality. But they're back. And if this is how the vehicles are going to be built, then Honda's on for some good times. Okay,
let's have a little bit of a walk around the car. Pretty decent 16-inch alloy wheels. It's a 185/55/16. It still has the look and feel, so I don't think we've lost the Jazz feel. And this is quite a unique selling feature, or unique design feature on the Honda Jazz.
Well, when we get inside the vehicle, you'll see what this does for us. Is it creates immense visibility, and it creates more perceived space inside. So I like it. I mean, this is a crossover vehicle to an extent. So,
okay, we'll get to the inside, because there's some very interesting stuff in the inside. The design, Peter, when you look at the rear of this car, are you happy with what you see?
Yeah, I like it. It's unique. It's a Honda. It's
something that
nice
stands out for me. It's a small car, but the windows are really big.
Yeah, they are. So they've clearly created
a lot of visibility.
A lot of visibility, which means it feels bigger inside as well.
It's got a reverse camera down there. Okay, what do we expect from a small little car like this? Are we happy with boot size?
Well, in this case, when we get to these magic seats, boot size almost doesn't matter.
I hear you.
So we can create our own boot size. But even with the seats up, this is not a bad space.
Okay, at the bottom here, I was expecting to see a spare wheel there, but there's all my tools, and there's the spare wheel. Okay, so it's a 135/80/15, so it is a bit of a smaller spare tire. Okay, but we'll get to the seats there at the back. But even that's sufficient for what it's supposed to be.
For sure.
Yeah. So is this a mommy's car, or where
I would say, why not? I mean, I don't want to be derogatory in saying it's a mommy's car, but it's a young mommy's car with small kids, and she's going to be able to go and do shopping, etc. Put all the stuff in the back. So yeah.
So should we do a funny fit?
Well, it is a fit. Let's do a funny fit.
All right, let me get into the back here and see what that's like. Okay, so this is in the driver position, or the driving positions. Yeah, man, I know that I've put this down, so let me just put up the headrest. That's a lot of space, Pete.
Yeah.
Very nice. Lots of headroom. Jump in the front. Let's talk about it.
Well, let me give you the good news, finally.
Yeah?
Look here. I mean, I have got so much space here. It's ridiculous.
So you can actually move forward.
I can move forward quite a lot. And now, how much space have you got?
It's amazing. I'm very happy. At the back here, I've got USB ports, 2 USB ports, no rear air vents, which we've seen in a lot of vehicles like this. But yeah, I'm happy. What is your sort of feeling about this dual tone cloth and pleather? This is probably pleather again?
Yeah. Well, the seats initially, when I first sat in the car, I found very, very comfortable. So
Okay.
I'm quite happy with the seats, nice lateral support.
It looks nice. I like the design.
Yeah.
But is it practical?
This probably will be, I think, especially
I
with the
don't think
color,
so.
hey?
Yeah, I don't think so with kids at the back. I think this might be a little bit of a needs a Scotch guard treatment. But anyway, I'm happy with the funny fit. Can I show you the magic seats?
Yeah, that I've been looking forward to.
Cool. Come to the back here, let me show you. Right, Pete. So remember, I sold Hondas, and this was one of my favorite features to show customers because this was almost something, well, it is something that you haven't seen in any other car. It is a very unique selling feature, and it sold actually, it was a closer, if I can call it that. Okay, so it's a 60-40 split seat at the back. If I fold this down, look at what happens with the bottom actual seat.
Oh, wow, so that's
position.
hinged very nicely.
It's hinged and it folds down into that wheel well, creating an almost flat boot, and that's when you said, you know, we create our own boot size.
Yeah.
So
So that's the magic seat
that's
part.
the magic seat. But
Wait.
some people actually drive Jazzes and they don't know that their cars can do this. Okay,
What are you going to show me now?
check here. Okay, so if this is up, look at this. If I can do that,
What are you showing me?
look at that. Isn't that cool?
That is the size of most boots
Yeah.
in there, but it's inside.
Exactly.
That is incredible. Wow.
So that is definitely a bit of a unique selling feature and something that I know for a fact that people have driven Jazzes and they never knew that this could happen on their Jazz.
Wow. Okay, that is super impressive, I've got to say.
Okay. So funny fit is a definite go. I'm happy with everything at the back. Can we get into the front? But I'll let you drive this because this is aimed at a bit of a more mature market. Yeah, Pete, my first impression again when I get into this car is that it is very uniquely Honda, because this is a very, very deep and long dashboard and a very unique design.
But this layout actually lends itself to a lot of space. So
Yes.
it's nice and high up. It is deep.
Yeah.
But one thing that has actually struck me is that when I initially saw the cluster, I was disappointed
With the smallest
with the
screen.
small screen, and I thought this was just a blank.
Yes,
But actually, it's got quite a clever touch
Yeah.
in terms of still being functional.
exactly. All right, so let's talk through what we see. Very nice infotainment system, touchscreen infotainment, and
And it's a nice large screen as well. What is
Yes.
this, 8 inches, hey? 9 inches, I think. I mean, it's quite big.
Yeah, it is quite big. Automatic climate control. We've got USB sockets at the front and a power outlet here. The very
Electric brake.
Yeah, the handbrake is electric, and the economy button, which is very unique and still from the previous generation Honda Jazzes. Functionality, that's something that you said, that this is now. We recently did, for example, the Hyundai i20.
The Hyundai.
Hyundai.
No, Sunday.
Hyundai.
Hyundai, yeah.
Okay, and that was a very sporty and young. You know, this is very practical. Do you agree?
Yeah, so from a profile of customer point of view, we've transitioned from being an enthusiast
Yes.
into what I am, which is family orientated but still an enthusiast.
Yes.
So this has got nice crossover.
Okay, guys,
functionality,
let's go
and
to
it's-
the
I
rest
think
of the
it's
show in 3,
the sweet
2,
spot with
So
that.
if
One
you're a
and
Honda
go.
fan. All right, guys. So if you want to watch the rest of that review, you are welcome to do that. We'll be on and up tomorrow on both the Facebook and the YouTube channels. Pierre Breitenbach, make China. He is watching the show from the airport boarding gate. Well done and a great year. Thank you very much, Pierre. Thanks for joining us. I think you're going down to Cape Town. He's going down to Cape Town to do some work.
We'll have to get him on as sooner rather than later again, hey?
Yeah. So Christelle Clark is also watching with us. She said that this is quite a nice setup. I think she's probably talking about what's going to be a classic. She says the Subaru STI, the 1996, 97
I
model.
don't disagree, hey?
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree. Nadia says the Tesla will be a car future, a far future classic. The Tesla, yeah, I agree. Lekker. Okay, so we have to talk about the show. So I think what we'll do is we'll play the guests thing because this is the segment that we are in. Do you agree, Mr. Director? Okay, so play the guesting. Guest of the week.
Let me try again.
And go. All right. Okay, so what we said we're going to do tonight is we're going to look back at Let's Talk Automotive. Not necessarily this year, but it's our final year for the show.
Our final episode for the year. Not our final year for the show.
Did I say that? Really? Okay.
Yep.
Well,
It's
that's
our
fine.
final show for the year.
There we go.
We're going to carry on next year again with this 5th season. But we thought let's have a little bit of fun and do it differently like we're doing it tonight. And we've got Fritz on the camera instead of behind the camera. And the three of us, this is the show. The show started with an idea that we had years ago, and then lockdown forced us, while I was sitting at my house and you were sitting here at the studio.
And we had a few horror movies for the first ones.
And we decided, let's do the show that we've always spoken about. And the show started out as a very motor industry specific audience.
Yeah, almost business to business.
Yeah, business to business. And then after, I don't know how many
It was
of
after
those-
I came on that people realised that
Peter, just the other day.
there was potential here. Hey?
Yeah.
Just the other day, I said, you know what, that first time I saw Peter, I thought, yeah, he's quite cool. He's got more knowledge than looks. And that changed, Peter. That changed.
Yeah, because now I'm going senile.
John Cena, or what?
Yeah, John Cena.
You can't see him.
Yeah, so what happened then is we switched over to a more sort of end user or consumer show, and we started doing reviews, and it's just grown, and all the segments started coming out. The first couple of shows was like almost an hour of just one segment.
It was great, funny, and I don't care that it evolved because I love it.
Yeah, and I hope that this is the thing that we sort of get together every season and we say, okay, what are we going to change? What are we going to do different? So I'm looking forward to next year. We've got some cool ideas, but let's talk about some of our favorite reviews. Let's start with that.
Well, I mean, look, let me kick off because there are a few, but I'm going to say, and it's just so many reasons why, and I think we need to actually expand on it, all of us. But
Corsa.
well, that was your one. I know you got very passionate about that.
I tried to go for Corsa and I got kicked. Sorry. But where does the term director lie? Can I still call some shots, please?
You can.
Corsa.
Okay.
Okay.
So
leave
so
it.
he's been overruled 2-1. But honestly, the Tesla Model X, and for not only was it just so special that we were able to have such a unique experience.
Yeah.
The only one in the country. And but I mean the vehicle itself just didn't disappoint.
Yeah. So let's talk about how that whole thing happened.
Well,
Okay,
this
so-
wasn't one of the vehicles delivered to the driveway.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the reviews, you can see the background. It's the same place.
Yeah.
There's only one.
Yeah. So what happened is I actually think I read it in the newspaper and I
Yep.
sent you the article.
Yep.
And I said, check here what these oaks are doing. They're bringing in a Tesla Model X. And in the newspaper clipping, it said there, and we've got it here. Maybe we can, while we talk, we can show the guys this. I'm not sure about the audio. So this is what happened. We, I went and read the article, and it said there that this guy, Greg Blandford from Rubicon, he's there, and he's actually what he's doing is he's they're bringing in Rubicon's bringing in the car, they're bringing the power, the Tesla Powerwall
Yeah.
products. So this is just a marketing ploy, etc., etc. And I went on LinkedIn and I looked for this guy, and I sent him a personal message on LinkedIn, and he replied like the next day.
But you know what? When he did reply, I was actually quite amazed because I was thinking to myself, there must be 1,000
Yeah.
motoring journalists out there that are trying to get into a position where they can have a review on this vehicle, and there he was replying back to you. But let me tell you something. Having spent time with Greg,
Yeah.
what a decent guy.
Yeah,
And
gentleman.
He spent so much time and effort with us. It was almost embarrassing.
Remember, Peter, it was like halfway through the day, and I said, listen, if you're done, you can go.
Yeah.
And he just smiled and said, I love spending time with you, and he kept
Yeah.
spending time with us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kudos
amazing.
to Greg and Rubicon, because honestly, they could not have hosted us more graciously. And I mean, that was one of the reasons why I think we enjoyed and we got so much out of this review as well, because Greg really took us through this vehicle.
Yeah.
And if
So-
you watch long enough, you will see the smiley faces when he took us. So we went from his shop down towards the highway and turned to the highway, and then he gave us a bit of acceleration just
A
before
bit of ludicrous
speed.
mode, hey?
Yeah,
A bit
just-
of ludicrous
just-
mode,
yeah.
and we didn't film mommy.
even before that,
Yeah.
he gave us a little bit of the normal, acceleration in an electric car. Overall is quite impressive.
Yeah.
But the smiley face.
Yeah.
Just remember, because I was in the back there. Oh, there's a smiley face
Yeah,
already.
yes.
But that's kiddish, childish.
Yes.
It was amazing.
But I mean, that's also, I think, the other reason why I enjoyed this vehicle so much is because Elon Musk has, he just doesn't care. He doesn't
and
care.
a great sense of
And
humor.
he's got a great sense of humor, and he can do what he wants to do, and he has. He's built in some phenomenally funny features into that vehicle.
Okay, so if you guys want to watch and go back, you can go back on both YouTube and Facebook, and you can go to either the review playlist, and you can go look and watch that whole video again. Very interesting. Okay, so the next one for me that stood out this year, Peter, was the 3008, the Peugeot, and remember, this completely blew my mind because it was like, we got a little bit of a taste of it with the 2006. What was it?
The 2008.
2008,
Yeah.
sorry. We got a little bit of a taste of the new Peugeot way, and the 3008 GT line was just amazing.
Yeah, look, I think that, again, and we said it in the review, and I'd encourage everybody to go and have a look at that review again. The reality is that, look, Peugeot have always built beautiful cars.
Yes.
But, boy, have the latest generation of Peugeots really, really started to set the gold standard in terms of premiumness and also uniqueness. So you know that you're in a Peugeot. It's so distinct when you're inside the cockpit. The cockpit layout is so intelligent. I felt like I was in a fighter jet type of environment.
Yeah.
It was beautifully finished, very, very cleverly done. I just loved it.
Okay, I want to say how's it to Emmerensha Engelbrecht that's watching with us. Hello, Emmerensha. And Terence Marsh is also watching with us. Terence, did you see the review that we did on the Revo? Yes, that was
one
a
of my
jewel.
favorites also.
That was a jewel. And it's actually our pinned video at the top of
Yes.
our Facebook page
Yes.
at the moment. Terence, go check it out. I don't know if because you've been so busy racing the whole time. Okay, so the next one that stood out for us, and I'm going to be very bold, and I'm going to say that this was my car of the year. The Land Rover Defender 90.
Are we introducing a Let's Talk Automotive Car of the Year competition?
Well,
Did
if
you
it-
just
if it's going
unexpectedly
to if it's going to be
bombshell us with a Let's Talk Automotive Car of the Year?
well,
And, I mean, I support that.
yes, I think we should do that. And you know what? It's just our opinion.
I
and,
agree.
And it's just the three of us, and we vote, and
Yeah.
and if people disagree, I don't give a shit.
Well, I'll tell you something. Talking about classics, I reckon this is going to be one of those classics.
Well, the old one is already a classic.
yeah, but this one,
Yeah.
this new one,
Yes.
we actually said it was almost perfect.
Yes.
And that they built in a defect just so that it couldn't be perfect.
Yeah.
That's how good this car is.
No, listen, and I said it to the delegates today at the training. Like, this car took me back to when I was a small kid, and the first ever time that my dad gave me a Swiss Army knife.
Yes.
So remember that feeling when you have this knife. You've always seen pocket knives, but then when you get this big thing, and you remember there was like all different ones, and you get one of those big ones, and it's got everything that you want
Yeah.
in your pocket knife. And this felt like that. Like, it had every single feature that you could ever think about or dream about, or if you ever drove a car and you said, yeah, I wish this car had this.
Yeah. And and none of the features that it has in it are unnecessary.
Correct.
That's what impressed me as well. So
Yeah.
they were very cool features, but none of them unnecessary. It just worked for me, this vehicle. And you know what? When we drove the vehicle around, certainly when I had it, I had a lot of people looking at me.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people, hey?
And I just want to comment here. Can I comment?
You can, but it's still not the Corsa, mate. All right.
Let this conversation run its course. So,
Of course, so you would say that.
we get a lot of vehicles at the office
Yeah.
as time goes by. And there's never a fight about who drives what. But this car,
You're quite right on that.
eyes turning. Huh?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we've got more than enough to drive. And I, because I'm here at the office, I get the most opportunity. But this car turned
Yeah.
eyes. So, yeah.
Yeah, we
same
did.
thing.
There was there was a lot of, I suppose, jealousy and arguments and who's going to drive it when.
And we didn't want to give it back.
And we didn't want to give it back.
We didn't want to give it back. The oak came here. He stood outside there and I said, you can go, bro. I don't want to see you. You can leave the car here. I don't
It was
know.
almost as cool as the AC90. Was it AC90? Volvo?
The
XC.
XC90. It was
XC.
almost as cool as the
Yeah.
XC90 that I had.
You enjoyed the XC90 as well,
loved
hey?
it.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
think he's a
impressive car,
little
that,
bit of a, like almost an old soul. I
Yeah.
think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think
Or-
he's
or somebody who can spot talent, because that XC90, despite the fact.
World Car of the Year.
Yeah, I
awards.
mean, well, it was World Car of the Year
Yeah.
for sure. But I mean, it's also aged in terms of it's now no longer a spring chicken,
Yeah.
but it's still relevant.
Correct.
It's still, you know,
a little
competes.
bit of ahead of its time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if the
for
new
sure.
Corsa ages equally well, will you swallow your words?
I will not.
I'll still go for it.
Okay, so those were a couple of the highlights for the reviews that we did. But then we had some special guests, eh?
Yeah.
We had some very, very special guests on the show. And, oh no, before we get there, I want to talk about a special How Things Work segment that we did. Because How Things Work is become a very, very, and I think I'm going to share this with the people, it's become a very, very important segment in our show. Because Suzuki Auto South Africa is obviously our sponsor for this segment. And what they do, guys, is that they take that clip and they publish it on all their blogs and website and wherever. And we've actually had feedback from their customers saying, listen, guys, please, you can drop a lot of stuff, but please don't drop this segment.
I've got to tell you a funny story though on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so in our training, in our product training, I show the delegates some of the videos from the How Things Work segment. And I go to the Suzuki blog and I say, guys, you've got all this information available to you. Just go click on there. There's a very famous guy that's doing the How Things Work segment. And then I play it, and none of them recognize me from the How Things segment. And
Is
one
that
or
how quickly you age?
yeah, and one or two of them afterwards will say, was that you? Was that you?
Okay, so a special one that we did was with one of our friends, Frankie de Toy, from 947.
Yep.
Not 94.7.
No, they changed that.
947. Okay. So Frankie joined us and we did active safety features.
Yeah,
And,
so we looked at ABS and ESP.
Yeah. So we went down to Red Star and Fritz can show you some of that.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, so we went down to Red Star and there we did some very interesting. Yeah, we tested the ABS, and so what we did was we have actually disconnected the ABS on the Swift Sport, and we got Frankie to drive on this wet surface, and then we demonstrated, and we did this today with the new Suzuki delegates, and we showed them how impressive the safety features on these cars are at the moment.
It really, really is an eye-opener when you disconnect the systems and you see just how quickly and how dramatically you can lose control.
Yeah.
And then when you put the systems back on, just how difficult it is actually to
lose control.
To lose control.
Yeah.
So, quite amazing to see the technologies on the vehicles. Frankie certainly was very nervous prior to coming onto the show, and we didn't disappoint. But I mean, he saw the light in terms of just how incredible the Suzuki Swift Sport is.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, kudos to Fritz. The production on this particular segment of How Things Work was top draw. I think.
But it's not fair, because I wish every How Things Work can be like this. because your expertise coupled with the production value was quite amazing
Yeah.
for this one, but the rest is also nice because I know behind the scenes you come up with this info and I like to challenge you on it. And the other day I asked, how many times have I proven you wrong? How much was it?
0.
Like how many times have I made you think?
Hundreds.
And that was one or twice. Once or twice.
Talk about creating doubt. Ooh.
Well, we've proven him
I love
wrong
this.
on the Countach story.
Yeah.
Holy cow, what are you talking
Holy
about?
cow.
Holy cow. Exactly.
That's what we can remember, holy cow. But I can't remember what the true story
So
was.
just by the way, for the viewers, if you don't know the behind the scenes little joke that we've got going on here, one of my friends when I was studying did this, and I've decided to carry on the tradition where he told us something that sounded absolutely plausible, that was complete crock, or he would say something that didn't sound all that great, but was absolutely right. So I terrify these guys once a week by saying something that may or may not be true.
Yeah.
Peter, was that Countach holy cow thing, was it a hoax?
I will remain absolutely quiet on that one until the jury's
Because I
out.
was prepared now to be totally humiliated because I'm a very strong Peter follower, and if you tell me you lied, I'm going to cry on my pillow tonight.
Okay, let's get to some viewer comments. Monet Cup says he likes the vibe with the current setup. So maybe we should maybe think about that. I agree.
No.
I'm also liking this.
No.
Oh,
Oh no.
This is my space.
And Willem Boysen is watching from Nasna. And he
Wow.
says, awesome show, thank you very much, and enjoy. And Christelle Clark, she drives Suzuki Swift and find this very useful. So guys, yes, and I think Emerentia said something as well. Let me just get to that page quickly. Emerentia said, how things work for women, please.
now that is awesome. Thank you so much for bringing that up because, and I think maybe we can throw it out to the viewers. If you've got anything that you would like to know how it works, let us know. And
Yes.
we'll be more than happy to actually do a slot on that. I like the concept of how things work for women. And we even had a very similar comment from one of our delegates this week on the training who said, can we do something similar? And by the way, on that, one of the segments that was one that I enjoyed doing was the segment on how tires generate their grip.
Yes.
Particularly when we had a look at how motorbike tires generate grip. So that for me was...
Okay, Peter, but I like that comment because I'm usually the rookie in the room and ask the dumb questions. And we always think, no, the viewers are intelligent and informed. But there are women, that typical cliche when you get to the dealership and they talk loads and loads of bull to you.
Yeah.
Let's delve into that
I
in
love
the next
that. Yeah.
segment
I love it.
and get some of those myths out of the way.
Yes.
So in fact, we can maybe expand the how things work concept to beyond the vehicle itself in terms of how things work when you go buy a car.
No,
Yeah.
you want to tell us how women work. It will never happen. It will never happen.
So this is interesting. Miranda van Dam has also joined us. She said, are you guys going to cover the Dakar? No, we are not going to, but raceday.tv will cover Dakar, which is can I say sister or brother company? How does that work?
Poor second cousin.
So family,
second
yeah. Here in our building, raceday.tv will cover that. So raceday.tv...
It's from the 1st of January.
From the
yes.
1st of Jan, every day will be covered.
Every day, maybe except for one rest day in the middle. But
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
nice commentary, and it's not coverage of the event. It's side commentary
Yeah.
with great inside info. So I
Yeah.
think it's well
Actually,
worth
last
watching.
year's
was good.
coverage of it was fantastic, and I mean, Fritz, you involved with Race Day.
Yeah.
There was there were unbelievable guests on it as well
Yeah.
that really gave unique insight into how, you know, the dynamics and the drama of Dakar works.
And which is flipping cool, behind the scenes type of stuff, talking to guys that are in the pits
Yeah.
on video calls and shit like that. It's flipping amazing.
really
So Miranda, please check out the guys on raceday.tv, YouTube and Facebook, obviously.
Yep.
Okay, and then good luck to you guys for that, because that's your next job. Henk and Colin and the guys, good luck, and we look forward to seeing that. But Miranda, I'm going to ask you to keep watching the show, because
very important that you do keep
it's
watching the
very
show.
important that you
There's
keep watching the show.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Okay, so now guests, eh? We had
Yeah.
some lekker guests on the show as well. So let me just see if I still have those tabs open here.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so the first one.
At some stage, I'm going to stop apologizing, but I've got my back towards you just because I'm trying to do a show and be
Yes.
important.
Tell the people what you do there. Explain to them what that is.
That's actually a good time to do this,
Yes,
Barney. So the green you see in that side, there, behind through the door, that's where the studio is. And we sit on this side. It's usually me and Michael and Jaco and Pierre. And then we run the show from this side. And then the talent.
The talent and the looks.
The talent sits on that side, and we run the show from here. And this is a bit of a behind the scenes of the technical setup. They invite me to be in front of the camera often, but I don't care because I've got so much fun at the back here. We've got such a nice team. Okay,
And I think it's important actually to also mention that the planning of the show itself, the building of the show, so each of the sequences that occur are already pre-programmed onto your system, and
yeah, it's all of this. So everything is here. Game time is also here, but I couldn't look. So Michael actually programmed the show. So all the answers are right there, and they're gone again. So everything's programmed. So even though we talk a lot of cock, it's all planned cock.
Yeah.
I mean, they talk it.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the highlights when it comes to the guests. And this was very difficult for me because I actually went back and I looked yesterday at a lot of guests. We've had some flipping amazing people
it's
on
been
the
very
show.
cool, isn't
you know,
it?
we've had international guests.
Yeah.
We had Michael Cirillo on the show twice from Canada.
Yeah.
We had Charles in Dubai.
We
taking us supercar shopping. How
Yeah.
cool was that? Live.
It was unreal.
That's
That was
unreal.
Because we actually wanted to corner him for a different interview, and he said, "Listen, guys, not enough time.
Yeah.
But I can take you to this awesome dealership." And what I saw there,
Yeah.
you could hear
Yeah.
jaw
Yeah.
dropping on the table.
But I mean, also, what a knowledgeable character, hey? I mean,
Yes.
Charles really opened our eyes in terms of his knowledge about all things cars.
He's definitely a petrol head.
And then we had John Sinclair in Australia as well.
John Sinclair, and we had the girl on her bike,
Yeah,
Vanessa.
from the UK.
From the UK. Yeah, we had some flipping amazing guests. So it was difficult to pick out a couple of them. But I think one that almost stood out for me because he really doesn't fit with our show was Peach van Plexen.
Yeah.
Die groot hond. Die groot hond. The groot
Met sy
hond met die
danshare.
Met die
Met sy
groot hare
danshare.
was on the show. So
Yeah.
yeah, we've got some of that footage that we can show you guys. So Peach was on the show. It was flipping amazing to have this. Like, what a legend. I really enjoy his music and what a character.
But I tell you what made the interview funny was the research you did. Because I don't know if you're aware, but Farney got hold of Peach's mom. And that's where all these photographs come from. And Peach was gutted.
It's like, where did you get that?
She told me all the embarrassing stories, and
We knew about the Hardy dolls sitting on his car.
Yeah.
And
he almost fell off his chair when we told him that. Yeah, no.
we even played that Hardy doll clip on the phone, remember?
Yes. There's a nice picture of Peach. He probably loves us to.
But
to show that
what an
again.
awesome opportunity to actually, that still blows my mind, is that we would phone anybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody. Okay, there's a few maybe Top Gear guys that we still have to phone.
No,
But
we
anybody-
found them, they just haven't returned the calls.
No, that's my point.
But maybe
That's
it's the
my point.
message I left on their phone.
We could phone anybody, and people are so willing to come and chat to us, especially Peach, because this
Yeah.
is not his vibe. And he's also a bit of a car lover,
Yeah.
and it was so great to chat to him.
Okay, but we need to leverage Peach's relationship with Early B and get Early B on
Yeah,
the show.
because he's a car guy.
Yeah.
I saw him last weekend,
Okay.
and I said, "Will you join us?" And
Yeah.
he said, "Just phone me."
Okay, awesome, because I can't wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, so then not too long ago, we had a guy on the show. Again, we heard about this 24-hour endurance race.
The Lemon 24
The Lemon
hour.
24-hour race. And we had Werner Hartzenberg on the show. And he's not a celebrity or whatever the case is. But
Well, he was after the show.
Yeah, after the show he is. But so you know, this was probably the first time that we had a guy on the show that we really, I think we went over time on the show and
Oh,
just
couldn't
we
stop.
we couldn't stop.
Yeah.
It was just so cool to speak to because
Yeah.
he restores old cars.
Yeah, he restores Porsches. Yeah.
And they had this race and
But such a
and
down to earth guy,
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
that he does these amazing things, and he's actually very reserved in how much work he takes on because
Yep.
he's keen on quality. And I actually had the opportunity to join them on the 24 hours. I
Yes.
just supplied some technical backup. But what a lovely thing, because it wasn't one of those typical endurance where you can throw money as much as you want.
It's
It was-
capped at 50,000, eh?
Oh, I think it was a 60, and then you can improve on safety. Safety is unlimited. And then, but the amount of fun and crazy cars that were there. So, and then we got Werner in, and he looks like a quiet guy, and the stories just kept going.
Unreal, hey? I mean, the trials and tribulations of finishing that 24-hour race, even having his dad drive down and
From-
having to
yeah.
wait
From
for,
Belfast to
for 4
Swartkop,
o'clock to
for the curfew,
for the
yes.
curfew to end, to go fetch parts. I took the engine out.
I mean, I was ready to pack up.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, is it over? He said, no, because they pulled the engine.
Yeah.
And I said, if you pull an engine, that's like, I mean, with your vehicle,
Oh, if
putting a brake disc takes 7 years. I mean, months.
My car would be a classic by the time I got it back.
And that's a new car. So this classic racing Beetle, and they pull the
Show us,
engine.
there's a picture of the car.
there we go.
So this is when they went to
Yeah.
go collect this car. So,
It was epic.
It was epic.
And Werner was epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I enjoyed about that as well is it just showed, I think there's a lot of people that always come up and they say, how do we start racing?
Yeah.
And people think that you've got to go out and get this national sponsorship from these big corporates and that's the only way into racing. And they don't realize that for 50 grand, you can do a 24-hour race.
Yeah.
And even if you have major challenges, you get them done and
Yeah.
you finish the race. And Vanna showed that very, very clearly that you can.
So what's the car we're taking to the 24?
It's a Peugeot.
No, it's a Renault.
A Renault.
It's a Renault Megane. Yeah. So we're going to do that.
So we're going to do that race
Yeah.
next year, and we'll make a nice story out of that. Okay, and then, guys, the next guest that joined us was it even last week or the week before?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Joey Evans that joined us.
Yeah,
It
Joey
was-
Evans was an incredible. I mean, for those of you that don't know the story about Joey Evans did off-road racing.
Yeah.
And he was lying second in the regional championship, I think the Gauteng championship, last race. And the guy that was leading the championship got injured. And so Joey had an opportunity to actually win the championship.
Yeah.
And he started out on the race, and the previous year had a very poor start and got bogged down and stuck behind a whole lot of people. And this year he decided he's going to give it horns and get out in front. And he just about did it. And unfortunately, somebody crashed into him. And the next thing is he wakes up and he is paralyzed, but from the chest down. So the story that he told in terms of the recovery, and by the way, I'm reading his book.
Yeah.
Well, I'm listening to his book.
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 7. Is incredible. So first of all, it's an incredibly well-written book.
Yeah. Speaking about the book, you can tell the story now. Michael, please go get the book for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the book is absorbing. I can't get enough of it, and I highly recommend it.
Him as a person is absorbing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because usually we get to the studio about an hour or two beforehand. Some guests come earlier, and then the main stories happen here,
Yeah.
and then we can only show you a little bit. So if you actually hear something that tickles your mind here, go to the channel and go check it out, because everything's there on Facebook and YouTube. But there's so much more to this guy. I know we want to explore him later, because just for instance, his road to recovery or his road to Dakar
Yeah.
is 3 episodes on its own. So we just touched on
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
basics, but
Yeah.
he was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
There's the book.
So there's the book.
So on that note, and can you please go to the screen? I want to show something quickly. Okay, so we went and we said, Joey actually gave us a book, and the book is a prize. And right here, Miranda van Dam, I'm going to take you there. It is. Can you see there? We asked what was Joey's race number, and Miranda van Dam got this right. 132 was his race number. So congratulations, Miranda van Dam. This is your book.
And it's really, really worth it, Miranda. I can't stress enough just how enjoyable
And
it has been so far.
He even signed it.
He signed it as well. So it's a signed book from Joey himself. And we look forward to getting that through to Miranda. Well done.
Miranda, so please do me a favor and just give us, you can even send me a private message and just give us your contact details so that we can arrange that the book gets to you. Okay, Hans says Suzuki is most definitely making its mark in the South African motor industry. Well done. I absolutely agree.
I mean, two months now this year, they have been number 3 volume seller.
Yeah.
So awesome results.
Yeah.
I mean, look, with respect, we're having a lot of fun with their dealers. Awesome bunch of people. So absolutely deserve the success they're getting.
Okay, Miranda saw that. Well done. We'll get that. Just send us a message and we'll get it down to you. Okay, so we are running overtime properly tonight, but
Who cares? This is our midget.
Because we just had so much fun.
Funny, keep going. There's no time limit.
Because we need to talk about something very important. Okay?
Yes.
And the thing that we want to talk about, guys, is our brand new website. Let's Talk Automotive's website. And there you go. I'm showing you what's on the screen. So on this homepage, you can go down, you can scroll. There's all the segments that we have in the show. There's some links to the YouTube channel. And there's Professor Peter Viljoen's How Things Work. And there's some Suzuki specials here at the bottom. You can also see that. And this is what I want to get to, guys, is that Let's Talk Automotive is now sort of branching into a little bit of automotive sales as well. So here's some Suzuki deals that you can get. And then if you scroll back up to the top, I'm going to show you quickly. There's obviously the talk show. So here you can, again, like I say, all of the segments, all of the information, all the guests, all the live shows, everything is still there. You can go back and look at anything. There's the Facebook page, How Things Work. So I'm going to go back to the top again because this is what I actually want to show you. Pre-owned button right there at the top. You can go then to hatchbacks, sedans, SUVs. Sorry, I've scrolled past everything, yeah? Okay, so hatchbacks. If we go into hatchbacks, there's a whole bunch of pre-owned vehicles that you can look at. And if you click on one of them, you can obviously go look at more of the information on that car, more pictures. And there's a little form with all the information that you want on the car. Click on that form, fill it in, and that will come straight through to us. Right, so that's that. That's really the first time that we've shown anybody that.
Yeah, and I think what's important to maybe highlight about this is that when buying a vehicle, it can be very daunting, yes? And who would you rather buy a vehicle through that can guide you and hold your hand through the whole process and make sure that things get done properly? Because things go pear-shaped within the dealerships. Stuff happens. And this is a fantastic platform for people who maybe are a little bit concerned to have somebody that's experienced, that's a professional that can help you make sure that this is as seamless as possible.
And what we've wanted to do is just be a little bit different about the whole thing, because this is a platform where you can actually go to and you can look at content, you can look at how things work, you can look at reviews on cars, you can get valuable information, and you can also buy a car.
100%.
One of the things I'm looking for is we've been dreiging. What's dreiging?
Threatening.
Threatening. For a long
See, because
time.
amper reed hom al twee tale.
I think I've got it. Sorry, I interrupted you. Carry on.
Ek wou sê, so we're going to do a segment, send us your problem. Remember,
yes.
when there's something with a dealership or a part or a vehicle or an issue that you want fixed, and I've got somebody in my team that can fix it. And then that's going to be the Professor Peter. So I'm looking forward to that segment. So when you spoke about a combination of knowledge, we're going to prove ourselves.
Yeah, 100%.
Fix some problems on the show.
In fact, we don't want to become an agony auntie type of platform. We don't want to become Hello Peter. What we want is, if you've got a problem that's not been able to be solved, if no one else can help you, maybe you should call the A-team, all right?
Maybe.
And send us that problem, all right? It must be a problem that has not been able to be resolved by the dealer. Send it to us. With our network of dealers, we'll get the problem sorted out, and then we'll feature that particular dealer on the show.
Our network of cameras, maybe.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Emerensha, I want to understand this comment. What is hashtag FunnyFit 2021? What is that?
Well, I mean, we've been talking about the Fani fit. I think it's quite a cool hashtag.
Please expand on your hashtag. I want to understand what that is.
You can't expand on it. Let's
Slim it
shrink
down.
it.
Slim it down. Slim it down. Okay, Hein, keep it up, guys. Lekker, man, lekker. I appreciate that, Hein. Thanks for always watching and thanks for being a good friend to the show. Okay,
Yep.
that's the content part. Can we get to the lekker part now?
Okay, let's go. And
Game
it's
time.
For game time.
Okay, so tonight we decided that Peter always complains about me rigging this. Okay, so I've no idea. I don't have a pen or paper with me, so I can't keep score. So Michael standing in the corner there, he'll probably.
So
keep
Michael
score.
works for Fani.
No, he works for us.
I'm just putting it up.
He
there.
works for us. He works for Let's Talk Automotive. Okay, so I'm gonna have a go at Pete. And I have no idea. Literally, I got here at the same time as Peter this afternoon. And then Fritz is going to have a go at Pete. But Fritz might know some of the answers because he was sitting in front of the computer when we got here.
So I always think that it should be Fritz and Pete versus Fani.
You guys can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I'm happy
That's
with
how
that.
we're going to do it.
Okay.
Fritz and Pete are combining to play against Fani.
Okay. So, okay, that's fine. I don't care. I'm big enough to lose. I'm fine. Okay, so let's do this. So if there's 14 then. 14 cars.
14?
Yeah, because there were supposed to be 2 games.
Oh, what were the 2 games?
Me versus you and Fritz versus you.
Oh, okay, sorry, I missed that up then.
Yeah, so, well, you normally do, so let's just carry on. So there's 14 cars. Let's see who gets what.
Okay, so the top row is questions and answers, and the bottom row is the questions and answers. So we start with the first game.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Let's do it. Let's do
Peter,
it.
ready?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, and 3, 2, Fani, check on.
Fani.
There we go.
That is definitely a Ford. It's not a Ford.
Okay, it's not a Ford. Okay, Michael is there. Michael actually.
Is it a Peter?
Okay,
Is it-
Michael. So Michael has set up the game, Peter.
Okay.
So he can actually give us a noddy and whatever. Okay. So back to
oh
that
goodness,
first
so
one.
that's not a Ford.
So if it's not a Ford, then
It's a Chev.
It's a Peter.
Peter.
Is it a Dodge?
Are we just gonna say all the old American cars till we
Is
get
it a Pontiac?
a Pontiac? Okay, you might be right.
Is it a Pontiac? Yeah, I think it's a Pontiac.
Is it a Pontiac? Let's see.
Let's see.
A GTA, yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Okay, so you guys-
half a point to me.
Okay,
'Cause I didn't
well,
give
to
it
you
a
guys,
GTA.
to you
Okay,
guys.
can I just help you, Michael? Michael, if it's a yes, say yes. Don't say
That's
maybe.
a maybe.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because we don't understand maybe.
I'm in the dark. Okay.
Okay, so
Dream Team 1, Fani 0.
At least there's a lot of cars. So let's just go back to. What I wanted to say, guys, is you guys at home can play along. Emerensha and Ian and Miranda and everybody watching, Cristal, all of you guys, you can play along. So in the comments, just throw your answer. Let's see if you guys can help me, maybe. All right, here's the next one. Oh, damn it, I know this one.
Isn't that Eleanor?
No.
I know this car. Damn it, man.
I do know this car as well.
It looks like a Ford Escort.
No, it's not a Ford Escort. No. It's
That's
big,
muscle
it's a big
car.
V8. Is it a Ford?
No,
Is it a
it's not a
Chrysler?
Ford.
Jeez.
This is a Chevrolet. Okay, I'm definitely going to take a whole point.
No, you can't.
Of course I can.
You can't.
I don't
Because
know. I don't
Michael's
know.
mouthing it to you.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
I did to him, and he said yes.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so
Okay.
yes.
What is it, a Chev?
SS, right?
Oh, Chev SS.
So,
Cheval.
Cheval SS.
Well, okay.
Well done. Well, Emerensha knows a car. She said that's a Chevy. Well done,
All right.
Emerensha. Okay, Emerensha, can I give you my cell phone number quickly? Then you can WhatsApp me the answers. Okay.
No, 800. Okay, here comes number 3.
Oh, that is a.
It's a Ford. It's a Ford.
No, that's this car that was on Stephen King's It, wasn't it?
It is a Ford.
Has to
It's
be.
definitely a Ford. Well done, Fani.
It has
Nice
to be a
check.
Ford because
It's got a D on it. It's a.
it ends with a D.
It might
It's
be
on
a
the
Dodge
bottom.
with the E that fell off.
It's a Ford Fairlane.
Wow, look at
Okay,
that.
funny.
Okay, so I've got a full point now.
No, that's
Yeah.
a full point.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So 1, 2.5.
Okay, cool. Yeah, look at those tires. That is amazing. Okay, Emerentia says I can't give her myself a number. She's going to help me. Miranda says that was a Datsun. Okay. So it's 1 at the moment.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm leading.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
Viper.
Cracky Moses.
That's a Dodge Viper. Not. Oh my goodness. Why did I say that?
I don't know American cars.
Neither do I. And I can't even see them on the cheat sheet. It's sheet. Last guesses, funny.
Nah, I've no idea.
I don't know.
Miskien is dit 'n Plymouth. Is it Plymouth?
Is it a Plymouth?
There's just no
Wow.
way in hell
Look
that
at
you
that.
knew that. There's
How's
no
that?
way in hell that he knew
Now
that.
you know how I feel.
There's no way that
Thank
he knew
you.
that.
So it's now 1-all.
Out of the blue.
It is
Out of the
1-all.
blue. Out of the blue you come
So
up with.
do I get it?
Maybe
It was-
it's a Plymouth.
Do I get 2 points for that, Peter?
I think you do. Because
I
you know
don't
what?
know nothing.
I'm making the rules tonight.
That's 2 points.
Okay, 2.5 to 1. That's fine.
Funny, I saw 14 names on cars.
Yeah.
It's the only one I guessed. I get a point for a guess.
Okay, let's go. Next one. Ford
Really?
GTO.
Ford. Okay, it's a Ford.
Okay,
Mustang. It's a Mustang.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go. Well done.
So
Funny.
this is 10 points for this one.
no, I'll make the rules now.
Okay, so give
Sorry.
me 10 points.
No, minus 10.
For shouting.
Exactly. In my ear with tinnitus.
Okay, so what's
So
the score now?
at this point, the score doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We can just carry on and I'll win.
The points
okay.
don't count and the score doesn't matter.
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
It's
whose
how-
game is it anyway?
Exactly.
Who's game is it anyway?
Here we go,
Okay,
number
next
6. Camaro, what's that?
Yeah.
That's a Camaro.
Chevy.
Well done. Well done. You can read.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't,
Oh,
so that makes it
yes.
better by 1 point.
Here we go.
There we go.
And that's actually my grandfather. No, it's not.
Okay. But you see the nice air damps. Those cars in the 70s and 80s had air damps in the front to create aerodynamic effect. You see that? Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so where are we now? Is this the last one for the first game, supposedly?
Yeah.
And what's the score?
It's
10.
It's 5-2 to
Okay.
Fritz and I.
Okay, here
Okay.
comes the last one.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
we saw that wing.
we did. Is that car
Plymouth.
Made, is that car made by a windsurfing company?
It's not
It's a Plymouth.
Oh, come on.
It
Huh? It's a
looks like a
Plymouth.
Boeing. Never mind a Plymouth.
That's why I remembered Plymouth, because there were two
It's a
Plymouths.
a
79.
737 winglet.
Plymouth, which Plymouth? Let's
Which
check.
Plymouth?
What on earth?
The Roadrunner.
The Roadrunner. It actually does look like a Roadrunner.
Wow.
Okay, cool. So I think that first game was probably tied, eh?
No.
Huh?
No, you lost badly. Sure.
Okay, let's
Okay, I'll
let's
give
go.
it to Alright, tied.
On
No, no,
handicap.
no, no,
on
don't be like
handicap.
that.
we'll
On
give it a
handicap,
try.
we'll give it to you.
Let's look at the
On a
next one.
Farney Fit handicap.
Let's look at
We'll
the
give it
next
to you.
one.
Okay, so for the second game, I think we should close our eyes for 10 seconds
Yeah.
and see if somebody can beat us online.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, I like that.
So, truce, we don't look at the screen.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at this screen.
Okay, and the first one is up. Don't look.
Okay, don't look.
2,
I'm looking at the comments.
4, any comments?
No comments
5,
yet.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's look.
Let's
Okay.
look.
That's
Peter,
a Mercedes.
Mercedes E-Class.
Okay, so both of you are you guys competing now?
Against Fonny, yes, of course.
okay.
Yeah, of course.
Miranda got Mercedes, Nadia got Merc, Emberentia got Merc. Well done.
Okay, that's 3 against 2, so viewers against...
No, they with me. The viewers are with me.
That's right, the new viewers with Farney. Yeah. Okay, so it's alright. But they just said Mercedes, they didn't say E-Class, so it's
It's
half.
all
Well,
Mercedes.
they got it right. Yeah, it's a Merc.
Okay, half.
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 Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, great.
Lucky.
let's go.
Let's do that.
Half.
Yes.
I mean, Fonny half. Okay,
we'll
second
cover
one is
our
up.
eyes.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Peter,
Come on,
you can't
viewers.
look.
You with me?
Peter, don't look.
I'm not
I'm
looking.
not looking.
I'm not looking.
You're with me.
Oh, that was wrong. Sorry, apologies.
Sorry.
Is that the wrong car?
Sorry, that's the old game. Here's the new one.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not looking
Okay,
because I
so
can't see
Fonny,
it on
we
this
wait
screen.
for the first comment. As soon as
Okay.
the first comment comes through, we are in.
Okay.
Ready? That's 7.
Emmerentia says
Go.
that's a Chevy.
Okay, I'm Peter Ford.
4.
I'm going to say it's one of the early. I don't want to say an F-150, but let's say an F-150.
No, it's not. It's a Dodge. Oh, come on, man. How many buggies did they make?
What is it?
Miranda says that's a Ford.
Michael,
Nadia says it's a
what
Chevy.
was the tip again? Iconic cars from the 80s.
Yeah.
I think it's iconic.
Most influential.
Most
Oh,
influential.
no. That could be a Jeep Commander. No?
Okay, comments,
Okay, give
Fonny.
I said Dodge. M said also that's a Dodge. Nadia said Chevy. So nobody's got it right. So what is that?
That's a Toyota FJ60.
What?
Wow. Oh, look at
come
that.
on.
Yeah, you completely fooled us with that light. Yeah,
Okay.
well
Yes,
done.
see.
Michael, 1.
Yeah,
Fonny,
Michael.
half. Peter,
I'm
Fritz,
gonna
half.
get half a point because that's BF Goodrich all-terrain tires.
Yeah, I
you
can also
can-
read.
No.
No, didn't say it. Check.
Funny, Mish, remember, you're not making rules in this game, eh?
Okay, carry on. Next one.
What was that? That was number 2.
Okay,
That
so
was,
we're gonna cover
that was
ours
2.
again?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Number 3.
Okay. Okay.
Go, Fonny. Team Fonny. Team Slow Fonny.
Come, Team
Okay.
Fonny. I'm watching here,
Okay, we
so I'm
said
seeing
5
what you
seconds,
guys.
10
Are,
seconds.
I'm seeing what you guys are
3,
seeing.
2,
2,
1.
1, and check.
Peter.
It's an
That's
Audi.
Audi Quattro. You didn't
I
say
said,
your name.
I said Audi
You
first.
didn't say your name.
I said Audi first.
You've got to say your
I
name.
said-
You know the rules.
I
Minus
said
5
Audi
points
first.
for not obeying the rules.
I said Audi first.
Yeah, but your name is not Audi.
Yeah.
But maybe I changed my name to Audi. So
Yeah,
it's fine.
sorry, you lose.com.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Alpha.
definitely-
Nadia said it does look a little bit like an Alpha.
Yeah,
Alpha
it's got 4
Quattro.
wheels, I suppose.
Oh. The Audi Quattro. Yeah, that
What
was
an
an iconic
car.
cars.
Wow.
Okay, Peter.
All right.
Okay, so are you guys
Yeah.
leading 2-1? At
Yeah,
the
we are.
moment? Okay,
Exactly, yes.
okay.
Okay, cover our eyes again.
Which one is the next one? Number 5? 5 or 4?
Is it number 5?
number
Number
4?
four. All
Okay,
right,
there we
cover
go.
our eyes.
Don't look.
Okay, all right.
3,
2.
4. Remember, there's a delay. There's
Yeah.
a delay before they can
Yeah,
actually.
I see it now.
Alright.
Oh, I've got it, Fonny.
Okay, yeah? What?
That's a Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, I agree. There you
Miranda says Fugly, that one. But maybe she didn't know that my nickname's Fugly, and maybe she's referring to me.
go. Boy,
Team
I wouldn't have
leader.
admitted that on air.
My nickname's Fugly.
Okay, it's 2 all.
Okay, 2 all.
Two
All
all. Jeep, right?
right. Okay, cover
Okay, so
eyes.
we come with number 5.
Yes.
And number 5 is up. Okay, I'm going to give it 5 seconds because I also
Yeah.
have to look.
Yeah, we've got to also have a chance to look.
No, relax. I can tell you when it's up. I can see it now.
Okay. Peter, that's a Lancia.
No, it's a Subaru.
What else said that?
Nissan?
Oh, yeah.
What else
We
said
can't
that?
just say the cars.
Check the comments, Fonny. Check the comments. You've got a team.
I've also got
You've
Subaru. Toyota. Emerentia goes Toyota. No. Nadia
It's not
also
an-
said
it's not an Audi,
Subaru.
surely.
It's a BMW.
Ah.
Yes! It's a BMW 3 Series. It's an M3.
Look at that.
Come on, Team Fonny.
Okay, I'll give you that one. 1 point.
Come on, Team Fonny.
1 point.
Volkswagen Beamer?
Yeah.
Or does that wing come standard?
No, it's standard.
No,
That's an
it's-
M3. It's
yeah.
an iconic car like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well done. So what is the score?
It's
3-2. Okay, we're in the lead, team. We
oh, it's
are
Fonny
in the
winning.
lead. Yes.
3-2. Okay, all right.
Fonny
Okay.
and the nation.
And
All
the
right.
nation.
And the nation.
And Emerentia.
Okay,
Okay, here we go
ready?
with number 6.
Emerentia is biased because she's a
Okay.
Beamer chick.
All right, okay, ready? Are we counting? What's happening?
5, 4.
No, wait.
Okay.
I'll tell you when it's up.
Wait,
now,
look.
Peter, Porsche.
there's no
That is a
way.
Porsche.
How do you know that?
Well, I mean, no, I can't. I don't know if, it's not a 911, that's for sure. It's, I bet it is a Porsche. Okay, I give up.
953.
959. 959.
959. That's a solid one for us.
Okay, that's
Well
it.
done. That's an awkward.
I think that should be half a point, by
Why?
the way. Because you
Because I
didn't
got
say.
it.
No, you didn't.
I said 959.
Ah.
Po-
Okay.
Grumpy,
Okay.
eh? Okay.
So what's the score now?
So now it's 3 all.
Yeah, 3-all with 1 to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Did we script this or what?
It's like it's like the F1 race this weekend.
Exactly.
It all comes down to the last one.
Okay.
Come
so-
on, Team
All
Fonny.
right, let's cover it up.
Okay, Fonny, if you don't make the end of the show, can we take it, please?
If I don't make
If you don't
Yeah.
finish your race.
Yeah, in other words, if I knock you off this couch,
Like F1. Yeah.
think of
Okay.
me as being Max.
Okay. Team
Okay.
Fonny, are you guys ready? Here we go.
Okay, in go. And in 5, 4,
Oh, this is
3.
You guys are checking.
Tim Liana is actually on my side.
You guys are checking. You are.
Okay, go.
Funny.
That was
It's a
Ferrari.
Ferrari.
yeah, it's a Ferrari. Which one though?
It's the
red one.
No, what did we say? It was.
Don't look at him.
No, was
Don't
it
look at
the?
him.
It was the 80s.
Yeah.
No. Okay, Peter, it's the F50.
No.
F40. F40.
No, but you can't say F40, F50.
Okay, I just did.
I think what it should be is maybe then half a point each. Let's just be fair. And
Okay,
let's,
so
it's
are
a
we
tie.
saying the Formula One Championship is going to be a tie?
Eesh, I don't know.
Is this what you're predicting, Fonny?
No, Max Verstappen for the win.
Okay,
That was fun.
that really was.
Yeah,
Pressure,
that was
eh?
lekker.
See the pressure I got under?
Check my team. Well done, Team Fonny. Okay, so that's it for tonight's show. We are well over time, but I think we've got some time for some laughs, eh?
I think so. Why not?
Yeah. So this is fun time. Okay, so what have we got? Okay, go. No? Go. Okay. What have we got for fun time tonight? I don't know what happened, so let's
Michael
see.
got a
You
few
put it
nice-
up and then we'll talk about it. Some funny memes, I think.
Okay, here we go.
When your daily doesn't start, but you have a race car in your garage. Yes, that's very true.
That was actually my life for a bit. I'll be honest with you.
It's like when you have two motorcycles and both are the one wheel square.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This one makes me think about rally.
Emma Rencha says no, that we win. So she says that we won that, by the way. Okay, so you're telling me you have paved roads, but
Drive through
Drive
mud
through mud.
and dirt for fun. That's for Terence Marsh.
yes.
But look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Beautiful.
And
Okay.
Pierre, and also for Pierre.
In our context, we just have the mud roads.
Yeah, we just have.
Shame. Here's the last one, and I can't comment.
When you love your girl, but she has drinking problems. Yeah. Sure.
And this is getting over
future-
20 rand a litre at the moment,
Yeah.
so that is becoming a problem.
But what's the cost of electricity? NERSA is busy looking at a 20% increase. It might actually still be cheaper to fill up your car with petrol at this rate.
But I'm going to buy my wife something expensive this Christmas.
Oh, you're going to
Yes?
fill up a car?
No, just a
Still take
20 litres jerry can of fuel. That's all.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end. Sorry I missed you guys on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes,
Sure, look at
the
that,
Oaks
eh?
were playing along. Willem Boysen, Willem and Mornay and the guys were
Just
playing
check
along.
if there were any hidden gems there.
Oh, so
could
you
have
know
won.
what? Yeah. So if I go back to YouTube, we definitely won.
Is it?
Yes. Thank you, Team Fonny.
Oh, well done.
Well done, Fonny.
Thanks, Emma Rencha and all the guys that played along.
I wish there was a way that we could actually play it to the audience every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll
good
speak to the technical department.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the show and the end of Let's Talk Automotive for this year.
Yep.
I get this wrong. So you say
2021.
2021. You can't say 2000 anymore.
No.
You can't
could say 2021, but you'd sound like a moron.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the end of our season for this year, and we'll carry on next week, like early next year, probably in the second week of Jan. We're going to start again. Yeah. Okay, guys, have a good one. So have a Merry Christmas, have a New Year party,
Yeah.
and what else?
Yeah, be safe. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Fourth wave. So grab your surfboards and go. What else?
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Have a good one. Have a good Christmas and a New Year. Check you guys soon. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.